Hello, everybody. I am here today with Alexa Robbins, who wants to share her health story with us. We are so fortunate. She's amazing. Oh my gosh, let's hear it.
Well, I first saw you on social media, and I have been searching for someone to do some functional medicine for me for quite some time. I was struggling with my digestive health and my hormones, and it was difficult to find a practitioner that I really trusted. And I saw Amanda on social media, and she was just had this wonderful energy.
Thanks.
Yes. And so I came over and I found that just the community here is just so kind, and I really felt supported and listened to. And I made a lot of friends as well along the way, and my health has radically improved. I mean, it's been such a gift, Amanda.
Oh my gosh, that
really,
is so exciting.
Truly.
Thank you.
I really feel grateful because when I first started my health journey, this was a few years ago, I went to, I started off with a naturopath. Well, actually, no, it was prior to that. I went to, I started doing some just hormones with the cream and things. And when I was going through menopause, and there was a lot of side effects. I was having headaches. It really wasn't tolerant to it. You know, it was not really, my body was not handling it. So I went off, and I noticed a remarkable change in my energy decreasing, all of the things that happened. And then I also was having digestive issues, and I've had them for quite some time. I went to a gastroenterologist, how do you say that? Gastroenterologist. And
yeah.
I was given a whole bunch of prescriptions for medication saying I had irritable bowel syndrome. And I was like, well, okay, why?
Why?
Why do I need to take all these medications for the rest of my life? And so no one could answer my why. And I'm a curious person, and I don't give up. And so then I went to the naturopath, and I tried a different type of hormone cream, which is not that much help. And then I tried an elimination diet for 4 months, and I found a few. Yeah, that's super fun. But I was, I'm determined. I'm not going to give up. So then, after 4 months and changing my diet, I went off grain. I tried all these different things. And really not that much of a change. I was like, this is discouraging. I'm working so hard to try to figure it out. I was reading, I was studying, doing it on my own. And then one day, you popped up on the internet.
Yay, internet!
And I just knew that you were what I was looking for. And I came over, and we sat down and talked. And you gave me so much time. I was like, no one gives you this time. In modern medicine today, no one gives you time. It's always this 15-minute, get out, take a pill. And you didn't do that. And you listened to me, and you really heard me. And you had a sense of what was going on. And so we did the biome test, and you were right. And then we did the hormone pellets, and I was amazed at my energy. I felt like I was human again. I was like, I'm alive. I have energy.
Yes.
I'm not pulling on this sort of adrenaline and cortisol, and I'm not using these kind of hormones to get energy and burning my system out. And suddenly I felt like, oh my gosh, I can actually do a workout. I can, and have energy, and the kind of energy that I wanted to have. And then we started the deep dive on my digestive system, and that was not even hard. I was like, I didn't have to do crazy things. I didn't have to take 50 things. I didn't have to only eat this and that. I was just shocked by the whole experience because it was so easy. And you gave me the few things that I needed. And we went just step by step. You went step by step with me. And pretty soon I was like, I don't have any problems. What's going on here? Like, I've always had problems. And suddenly I wasn't thinking about, should I eat this? Should I eat that? Like, I was always in this place of feeling like, well, if I eat that, that's going to mess me up, or I'm going to feel bad, or I'm not sure if I can eat that. I didn't even know what I could eat.
Can I leave my house after I
eat
this? Yes.
It's just terrible. And so we went on this journey together, and I felt very supported the entire way. It was just such a great, and your team here, everyone is so kind, and I felt like it was more like a feeling of family or community rather than this cold place that I wasn't treated like a human. Before, you go into a lot of places, it's like you feel like you're at a mechanic and they do the oil change and then out you go. I felt like these people actually cared about me as a person. They knew me when I walk in. There's a whole different vibe here. And I just so appreciated not only the outcomes that I was getting, but the process itself. I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm a human. They think about me, they call me, and they know who I am. I'm not a number. I'm not just on a conveyor belt, let's fix this and on to the next person. It just, medicine today, unfortunately, is, as we know, it's based on economics, insurance, pharmaceuticals, and there's a place for some of this. If I had a broken leg or whatnot, sure, I'd use that. And there's a place for some kinds of medication, of course. It's not a black and white thing.
No, it absolutely isn't. It's a continuum of what do people need.
Right.
And you're exactly right. You have IBS, but why? And the why is because she doesn't have the right mix of bacteria. So then we make that mix right. And that's it. It's just like baking a cake. If it doesn't rise, it's because you didn't put one of the rising agents in. We just have to fix it. It's not for the rest of your life. Your cakes will never rise again. It's like, no, you can fix these things. And it's working together. And it's always teamwork. It's I ask questions, you tell me the truth, and then we keep working and working until we get to the desired result. And now, how are you feeling?
Like a new person. And I met you, in June, I think? I began this in June. How many months was that? Not that long.
No, 9.
I did not expect, honestly, my expectations were low based on my past experiences.
Sad.
And I know, it is sad, but I trusted you, and the way that you worked, I knew that you had a lot of integrity and that you study, that you really work on continuing to grow as a practitioner. I really appreciated that. And I really felt like, maybe it's going to take a couple years, or, my expectations were like, and even if I get there, I'll still be kind of not great. I don't know. It's just, you get discouraged over time, I think, sometimes where you start to think, well, maybe it can't really get that much better, but if I can get a little relief. Well, what's happened is I have total relief. I'm not kidding you. I don't even notice my stomach anymore. Like, it's a non-issue. That's what's shocking to me, actually. This has been a remarkable experience for me. Last year, I got COVID, and then I had all these gut issues, and I was hardly able to even, go, walking up my stairs was like, oh, I have no energy. Now, I can ride miles on my bike, I can exercise, I feel alive. I feel like I'm back in life.
Yes.
And the idea, I think that what we're taught a lot in our society is you get older, I'm in my 60s, that you're supposed to start feeling bad. You're supposed to just, that's just normal. You just feel worse and worse until you die. And
what a great prognosis.
I know, isn't that horrible? And the thing is, it's like that's the expectation, I think, a lot of the time. And what you showed me when we came is that I didn't have to believe that.
No.
And what you taught me was that I could be supported, that it could change, and that I could have, into my old age, I could still have vibrant health. There's no reason that we should have to check out of life as we age, that's sad.
There is no reason. There's so much new technology coming out. So many things. The gut microbiome, well, it has existed forever, has only been widely studied for the last 10 years. And it's even coming into allopathic medicine where there's a realization, like, we have to do something about the gut. It is core to our central being. Of course, it's our gut. The gut tissue and your brain tissue arise from the same clump of fetal cells. They are intimately connected. Everything in our life is governed by our brain and our gut. And if we don't fix those things, then nothing else we do is going to be right. So starting there, working on hormones, working on, whatever it is the individual patient needs. And that's the thing about functional medicine. It's all individual. There's no cookie cutter formula. This is what you need. That person needs something different. I need something different. But with all the work we have, all the peptides we have, there's so many things we can do now to increase longevity and actual functional longevity. Not just here, we can make you live longer, but you can actually live. And how amazing is that?
It's really amazing. And the thing is, it's not just the fact that I can digest my food better, I can eat more things and not be bothered. It's the fact that it's the whole self that feels better.
Yes.
You know, it's like, and not, along with the hormones. So there's like, I think that when we're in a place where we're deprived of those things that we need to function, then what happens, I think that what we see a lot too, and I'm noticing a lot with a lot of people, is we see a lot of anxiety, depression, a lot of these other things that start to happen because our system isn't working properly.
Exactly.
Also, our immune system being in our gut, you know?
70% of it.
And making our serotonin and all those kinds of things. And as I told you, I went to my dental hygienist and she's like, what are you doing? Your health is improved, like your whole dental health is different. I said, it's my gut. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, well, you had a bacteria that particularly impacts your gums, so I gave you that toothpaste, and that bacteria now is gone.
And she's shocked. She's like, you're like a different person working on you.
Isn't that amazing?
And yes,
and it's one bacteria, and you just think like this isn't. It isn't so complicated. It's a test, and then it's a fix. That's it.
That's it. How did you? I was curious. Like when you started this, was it? I know you wanted to get to people, what you told me, before they were sick, which I love that, and to be able to help them. What got you into studying more of the gut? Was that the first thing that you started working?
Hormones, actually.
Oh, hormones
are my great love. So that's what I studied in school, hormone replacement, because I just saw the difference that it makes in people. You know, the mental acuity coming back, your physical strength, just the zest for life. Right. When you don't have hormones, it just makes everything kind of gray and blecky. And so that was, I just started the clinic, and I was just going to do it nights and weekends and do some hormone replacement. And then I just started seeing this need that people had. They just needed more. They needed help with their immune system. They needed help with chronic inflammation. And so from there, I have to say that Michelle over at Maker's Pharmacy was an amazing mentor to me and helped me so much. So I learned a lot about low-dose naltrexone, which is incredible.
That is also incredible.
It's amazing. And so, and then from there, once you get into this world of functional medicine, just pieces come at you. And I have found, I'm so fortunate that the piece comes when it's the right time for me to learn it, when I'm ready. Yes. And so then the microbiome came, and I don't even know how I started doing that. I just learned about it, and then I think I read a book from Dr. Pamela Smith, actually, and she is a great just an expert on the gut, and that is what it was. And then I looked at the company that she uses, which is Microbiome FX, and did a test with them, went over the results, and I was just like, okay, this is the thing. And I just keep learning more and more about it. And next is peptides. That's going to be my next deep dive.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
well, and that's the thing. Like I came in for my gut, but then I noticed you doing the hormones, and that's when I started. Okay, I'll do that. What's great about the way you do the hormones is that it's so specific to my body. You do the blood testing, and then you can see what my body needs. It's not a general thing where it was like, before it was like, put on some cream, and then you don't know if you're even getting what you need. And often it wasn't. There's no... What I'm getting now is a real sense of like stability with it, and it's not something I have to do every day. The little pellets go into your hip, and then they just stay for 3 months?
3 months,
and then you're not having to even think about, should I take this thing? You don't have to worry about that.
You don't have to do anything for 3 months.
It's so simple, and it's so effective. And my energy was like, it shot up. It was like, I forgot I could even feel. I think, especially women today, there's a little bit of, I've noticed, and I don't, talk to everybody, but there's a sense that, you should just give up hormones because you're old now.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's the story, a lot of what I got when I went to my nurse, and it's like, oh no, just, you don't really need those anymore because you're old. And it's like,
people need hormones. Thyroid is a hormone. Vitamin D is a hormone. There's over 200 hormones. We have to have hormones. Yeah. That's how we function. And the idea that, this group of hormones, you're okay without those. It's like, unless you're in a specific category that those hormones could be hurtful to you, then yes. But if you're just a normal functioning person, then we need our hormones. And our sex hormones specifically. And vitamin D. Super important.
Vitamin D. But they all of the ways in which the hormones help, which is being able to think clearly, being able to focus, being able to have the energy to do the kind of exercise that, maybe 50 years ago, women my age didn't do as many active things, right? The idea of a grandmother, like I'm a grandmother, and yet I can still ride miles on a Peloton. That's so cool, right?
It is so cool.
And maybe, I think my generation is sort of in the in-between where the hormones started, but then I was discouraged from staying on them.
Right.
And they're so refined now.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing. We're not talking about synthetic hormones. We're talking about bioidentical.
Yes.
And when I look at your labs, I'm essentially taking you back to how you were in your 30s. That's what I'm doing. So it's nothing crazy. I'm not trying to shoot you through the roof. I just want you to feel good again. Most people feel pretty good in their 30s. And the thing is that, you feel good in your 30s, and it's just a gradual decline until your 50s. And people don't realize that because you're not 30 one day, 50 the next day. Otherwise, people would be like, oh my God, what has happened to me? So you're right, and people don't realize how bad they feel.
No.
And then you feel good, and you're like, wow. And then it's always kind of funny to me. I don't know if funny is the right word, but people will be on hormone therapy for a few years, and they'll be like, I think I feel fine. I don't want to do this anymore. And so then they go off, and then I get a panic call, like, oh my God, I forgot how horrible I felt. I need to get in right now. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, just having, I think it gives you back a sense of yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Your vitality, your sexuality, energy, thinking clearly, being able to focus, all of these things that give you quality of life. And I think that's what we're doing here is like, how can you extend the life quality as you age? And you're not really, this idea of, anti-aging, I don't really believe, it's like we can age. I'm like pro-aging, but aging with quality and vitality,
and
I don't need to be 20. I like where I am, but I like being able to be vital in my 60s and not feel like I'm limping along and can't do the things that I want to do. And I see a lot of my friends that have not done what I'm doing, and they're struggling, and so that's why I wanted to do this with you today, because I really think that if more women in particular, guys too, humans, all of us, every gender, if we can all, feel good, I want people to have this opportunity, because I had no idea that this is what I would get out of it, this incredible quality of life that I didn't realize was going away. And the fact that you treated me as a whole person, and the fact that I feel ongoing support, like I can ask you anything, and that I have this incredible partner in my health. I just feel like the whole thing is a massive gift. I just can't, because without feeling good, what else do we have, right?
Absolutely. Health is the number one thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Without it, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how much anything you have. If you don't feel good every day, what's the point?
This is the abundance. This is true abundance. And I think that when we can feel like we are really able to live our lives and not just limp along and get old and get sick, and so having Amanda, what you've done for me is like I have a partner now. And that's the difference. She's not like, I'm the doctor and I'm prescribing the medicine and go out the door and I forgot all about you. This is a person.
I'll see you next year.
This is a person who's a part of my life. She's a part of my wellness. She's my friend. And I feel really lucky that I have someone like you. I've never met anyone like you, Amanda. I think you are.
Thank you.
You are just the best. You are truly the best.
Well, that's how I feel about you too.
Well,
you
thank
are
you.
amazing, and I'm so glad you walked through those doors, and I'm so glad you came to share your story with all of us. And if you're out there and you want this experience, call and schedule a consultation, or if you just have questions, or if you want to come in and share your story with us, we're always happy to hear that. And I am just so grateful to you for trusting me.
Thank you, Linda.